Good morning. Happy Friday to you. Middle of May, starting to get warm out there. All these nice cool days, but now it's transitioning into warmer weather, and we hadn't had any rain in a while, so it's getting a little dry out there. But hopefully you're doing well, staying safe. The last Devo I shared, the word was wait, spelled W-E-I-G-H-T. This week, I will also be talking about the word wait. However, this word is spelled W-A-I-T, wait. Totally different meaning than the previous word. And actually, Josh has talked a little bit about this in the last couple of lessons he shared on mothers and women in the Bible. And it just got me thinking about just the word wait and what it means to wait on something, to wait to be given something, to wait until something gets here. And another word that can go along with that is patience. Now, for those of you that know me, I am not very patient. I have to work on that quite a bit to wait, to be patient, to wait for something to happen. I want it now. And I think that is basically about how 98% of the people in the world today operate, is we want it now. How many times have you gone through a drive-through line and you pull up and you're starving, you want some food, you pull up and maybe there's 5 or 6 cars in line and you're like, oh, it's just too long. I can't wait that long. I'm starving. I got to go to the next place. And you'll drive 2 miles down the road to go to the next place when you could have just waited there and probably had it before you got to the next place. I confess I've done that before because you just don't like to wait. We're going on vacation this summer to the Disney parks and Universal parks, and a big factor when you go there is waiting in line to get on the rides. And how frustrating that is sometimes is you're just waiting and waiting, and it's just so painful to wait in those lines and wind all through everywhere, and you think you're never going to get there, and then guess what? It's over just like that, and you realize, man, how long was I here? And 30 minutes, an hour, whatever, goes by pretty quick. One I think of a lot, or being a sports person, I will say, I've thought of this a lot. And you may have heard this. You're watching a Major League Baseball game, and pitcher gets up there and throws a 99-mile-an-hour fastball right down the middle. And the batter swings and misses. And the announcers go, oh, he was a little ahead of that one. He needs to sit back and wait on it, let it get to him before he swings. Now, if you've never been at a game or never been in a batter's box and had a 99-mile-an-hour ball come past you, to the concept of waiting on that ball to get to you seems a little crazy. I mean, that thing is fast when it comes in there. And for somebody to say, you got to sit back and wait on it, it's like, oh, that doesn't make a lot of sense. But in everything we do, we're just in a hurry. There's a song by Alabama, and it's an old song, and it's been around since the 80s. And as long as Darlette and I have been together, she says, this is my theme song. And it says, I'm in a hurry and don't know why. And that's the way I am a lot of times. I want to get there now. I want to be in a hurry. I walk fast when I'm going somewhere. Sometimes I drive fast. But the concept of waiting is just very hard to do. And I think about the Bible and how many examples there are of God telling his people or telling his followers that they have to wait. I mean, you can even go back, the earliest times you can think of, and Abraham and Sarah, and that was the story that Josh shared, I think this past Sunday. Sarah had to wait 90 years to become a mother and have her son, and even laughed when she was told that she was going to have a son. Noah, even further back, was in the flood. And I often think, God could have destroyed the whole world just like that. Why did he have to get Noah to build an ark and go through all that trouble and hassle to build this ark and then flood the earth? And then he had to wait a lot of days after the flood before the waters receded, before he could come out of the boat. And it said in there several times where he had to wait 7 days to send out a bird to see if the land was dry. You think of the children of Israel. They were in captivity in Egypt for over 400 years. They had to wait a very, very long time to get out of captivity for Moses to come along and lead them out of the promised land. And then when they were led out, they didn't follow him, and then they had to wait another 40 years and wander around in the wilderness when many of them didn't survive to get into the promised land. So everywhere in the Bible you read of stories about patience, about waiting. I looked up a couple that hopefully can help us. Psalms 27:14. These are in the New King James Version. It says, "Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord." Philippians 3:20. "For our citizenship is in heaven, from which we also eagerly wait for the Savior, the Lord Jesus Christ." Again, it makes me think of, how many times have you heard somebody say, "I can't wait until whatever." If you're 10, 12, whatever, you say, "I can't wait to be a teenager." Okay, now you become 13, and what's the next thing you can't wait for? To be 16 so you can drive. And then you can't wait to be 18, and then you can't wait to be a senior so you can graduate. It's so exciting to be a senior. And then you get to college and you go, "Oh man, college is hard. I'd like to go back to being a senior in high school, but we can't. So I just can't wait until I'm done with college." And then, then you finally meet someone and you're going to get married, and you set a date in the future and you say, "I just can't wait until that day gets here." I remember being that way, and coming up in June, it's going to be 30 years that Darlette and I have been married. And I just remember waiting a year and a half that we were engaged before we got married, and thinking how long that was at that time. And now looking back, it's been 30 years. Then you go along and let's say you're about to have children, and you have to wait a fairly decent amount of time, 9 months or so, when the baby comes. And then now you're dealing with children. And then you say, "Well, I can't wait till they get 2 so they can walk and talk." Or "I can't wait till they get to be 6 or 7 so that I can coach them in Little League." And then you say, "Well, I can't wait till they get to be a little older so that they're better, and then I can put them in these AAU tournaments," and on and on. And it's the circle, the never-ending circle there. And then eventually, as in my case, all 3 of our kids are now out of high school, and they're either about to be married, they're in that cycle of their life, or in college. And now you start thinking, "Oh, well, I can't wait until I'm a grandparent," or whatever. It's as simple as things when in sporting events. Those that might be Titans fans or Predators fans, you can't wait till that next game. The Titans schedule was released starting, their first game's not till October, but people look at the schedule and they say, "Well, I can't wait till November when we play the Patriots, or whatever, or Tom Brady and the Buccaneers now. I can't wait till we play them." And we just have to really, really work on waiting and being patient. Matter of fact, in the fruits of the Spirit set this as well. Galatians 5:22 and 23. We'll first read from the New King James, and then the second one is the New American Standard, and only one word is replaced. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self control. Against such there is no law. The New American Standard replaces one word, and that's long suffering. And guess what? It replaces it with patience. Now, how many of us have memorized that verse where it's the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self control? And there's a song, and we had a VBS about it a few years ago, and focused on patience. And boy, it's just really hard to do. So I just encourage you to continue to work on that, work on our patience with not just in general, but patience with your family, patience with your friends, your church, and things may not be going the way that you hope they're going, but wait, it will get better. Have patience and trust in God, and He will get us through it. So hope you have a great week, a great weekend. Hope that you will join us on Sunday for worship. We'd love to have everybody back in person as you feel comfortable. We're having a song service Sunday night. Everyone is invited to that. We've invited some other congregations. Hopefully some visitors can attend, and we can have a great time of singing that, again, we haven't been able to do in a long time. So join us for that, and anytime you can, and certainly contact our church office or any of the elders, and we can assist you in any way. Talk to you later.